so alone. I like it better when I'm the only voice in my head. What she said, I won't be compromising in my bed. Unless you're paying the rent. Oh my give me a fraction of love. You know I'm easy to keep around. Try not to cave at your touch. Isn't it clear that I'm spinning out? Sometimes I think that I can. Baby, I know that I could. Tell me you miss me again. Not try forgetting about. Try me again. Almost.
Let's drop that down a little. So, hello and welcome. Today's going to be a quick one. It's almost 8 o'clock and I think I might be going out. We'll see how tonight goes. If not, we'll be having a few bevs. Currently a little bit buzzed at the moment. I finished a nice little hospitality shift. Stunning day out in London today. Sun's setting at the moment, but it was like 19 degrees, blue skies, absolutely beautiful. So, I thought, essentially after work, I had a few beers, had a shot or so, went to the park, had a nice little read, finished a book, and then laid down for a bit, let the buzz sort of reside, and then cycled on home. Beautiful, beautiful day out. I'll pause the music for a second here, just so we don't get copyright striked. But yeah, I thought I'd jump on, sort of continue what we did yesterday a little bit, try and play around with a little bit of the AI slop and fix it up a bit. And yeah, just sort of see how that takes us. So today's plan is, I'll show you what we're going for. I don't know how much we'll be able to go of it, but essentially, if I screen share this little guy, perfect. Sorry, I don't have a second monitor, so we're just doing everything off here. This one here. So I saw a couple days ago this bit of AI slop, got 14,000 likes, and I wanted to sort of just recreate this shot to start with, a little basic idea of Spider-Man on cleaning the windows. You can see he's got all these tools, and there are some like wires, and like the more you look at it, the more it doesn't make sense. Like his fingers are all fucked. His, the ropes connecting him aren't actually connecting to him. So, and it's a bit ridiculous as well thinking that Spider-Man needs those sort of ropes. So I thought, what should we do is just have a bit of fun recreating this shot, but with a bit more realism. You can also see like his foot's clipping weirdly. The more you look at it, the more of a mess it is. His webbing's not correct. That's all out of whack. So I thought, let's recreate this properly in CG and see how well we can do in a short amount of time. We might not finish it today, but regardless, I'll have a bit of fun either way. So I think the way we'll start is just jumping straight into Blender and pulling up a little CG model that I found. So I probably shouldn't be going through all my files, but again, we're a little bit intoxed, so we'll see how this goes. Now, I found this model on Sketchfab. This was by, I'll show you which one it was, because it was a very good looking model. The rig's a little bit interesting, but if I can find it here, it was Spider-Man No Way Home. Oh dear, spelling's getting all out of whack. No Way Home. Spider-Man rigged. Let's see. it was this one here, Spider-Man No Way Home rigged. You can see here it looks quite cool with the lighting all on there, by DMS26S. So great looking model. It's already had 3,500 downloads, and I thought we'd have a bit of fun. Let's just get off there because there's some weird stuff going on. And I thought we'd just try and recreate this shot here. So we'll start by showing the actual model itself. Now I will mention that there's a slight issue with the rig. Obviously there's all this like extra bones which don't do anything, and some of his bones do work, some of them don't. So we're just gonna have a little play around with that. But the lucky thing is, for this shot, it is relatively stable. So we'll just put him in his basic position and then sort of have his arm and head moving up and down, which won't be too bad. A little bit of camera movement, so it shouldn't be too much of an effort. And you're going to see here as well that there's a bit of an issue here with the alpha, but I can just quickly, easily remove that. And then his rig looks decent. So that's sort of where we'll be going with this. I've got my phone down here, so if any chats do come up, it'll be there, a little bit delayed potentially. But I thought we'd just get started by sort of playing around here, seeing what we can do. So I guess step one will just be, blocking out the basic building. So for us, I'll just start with like a plane, and then we'll build out from there. We'll sort of get the general shape going and sort of see what kind of content we can create. So first step first is just finding our actual plane. What's this on the floor here? Second plane, we don't need that. And I want to just sort of piece Spider-Man up on this little wall here. So we'll just imagine there's, the building is going to be up on, and we'll just do a little basic block out and then go from there. So I guess step one is sort of putting him into shape. Now I don't think I have pure ref. I do have pure ref on here, perfect. So what I want to do is actually just grab my snipping tool and grab a little screenshot here, so we can sort of recreate the angle of this shot. Just so we can get that sort of general vibe. It's always good to have a reference, even if it is like garbage slop AI like this. It is nice to have a little like reference of what it should sort of be looking like. There's some vibesy music going on outside. It is an absolute day for it here in London today. So we'll see how tonight goes. Now I might just have a little character here, as you can see, and let's zoom him in a smidge. There's a notification as well from my computer saying that we've gone live. Beautiful. So what I'll do is I'll keep that transparent so it can stay open, and we sort of want the camera in this general position here, I think, which we don't really need yet, but that's just good for later. We'll pop a little camera in there, make sure it's the correct sort of ratio. You can see how quickly you can sort of create these things. Obviously I won't be doing it like as quickly as could be because our situation, but we'll just do a basic little bit of animation here to start. So I think what we're going to want to do is grab his legs and sort of bend him a little bit, having him sort of pieced up on the wall, sort of. His legs sort of twisted a little bit that way, and we'll twist his heel because that's going to be easier to twist than the whole kneecap itself, even though Spider-Man is quite, dexterous. We don't want to fuck him up too much. And we'll have his hip angled out a smidge as well. Obviously it's going to mess around with the rig a little bit because it's not perfect, but you can sort of see already how this is going to shape up. I also want to then have him bent slightly downwards, so what we might do is grab our spinal bones. I'll try and delete anything that's not immediately useful, so we can have him sort of leaning over to the right a bit, twisted like so, like that. I mean, that doesn't look bad already. I mean, his hip is a bit screwed, but we can try and potentially hide that crease there with a little bit of arm animation as well. And then his back leg is also going to be up on the wall somehow. You can barely actually see his back leg there. I wonder what in the original clip if we can see what's going on. See, it's not quite realistic there, obviously. So let's try and figure out how he'd be crouched on the wall. I don't know if we can find Spider-Man on wall. Let's see. Okay, so if we look here, I guess one of his legs is going to be out and his other one's a little bit further up. So that one there is sort of angled outwards, if we can imagine. And his other leg's going to be quite high up on the wall. Sort of in a perch position almost. So like so, and then we'll grab his thigh bone and then bring that down. Kind of like that, I guess. And then we'll angle it back towards the left. And then we want his foot sort of pressed up against the wall, like so. Because I guess that's kind of how he'd be perched there. That's a bone we don't need, so we can get rid of it. That's a bone we don't need, we can get rid of it. I just want his thigh bone, perfect. And we will piece him up here, like so. It's going to be quite a tight squeeze for him. wonder if I can adjust his toe. Oh, perfect. Okay. So that sort of helps us even more. And if I can just move his body back a smidge, we've kind of got a general shape already of Spider-Man on the wall there. I might angle his hip out slightly, just to sort of give that realism a little bit better there. And then once again, bring his leg in a little bit so it's a bit more realistic there. There we go. So already we've got a general basic shape of him sitting on the wall. And then I guess the next step is to have him, so we've got that there. I want to bring his second leg closer to the wall as well. So I can angle that in a little bit. Potentially, let's see. Maybe if I angle his hips in a smidge, that could actually work as well. So if I grab one of his hip bones, if I can even find where they are. Gosh, okay, so that skeleton there is what we want to get rid of, essentially. So if I can actually find where that lives and select that hierarchy, see, that's not what I want. I want to grab these bones here and delete them. Okay, perfect. And if I grab, oh, I can just sort of delete all my unnecessary bones. Perfect. So that's actually working quite nicely for us, where we can just kill a whole bunch of the bones that we don't actually need. Beautiful. Okay, so that's already helped us quite a bit. Let's see if I can fix any of these bones as well, if we need any of that. I don't, so if I can move those over there and do the same thing, just select it all, go into edit mode, delete them, perfect. That helps us significantly. That bone we obviously need, those ones we don't, and that one we don't, these ones that bone we don't need. And we'll go back into pose mode and grab 1, 2. Those ones we don't need. And these bones here. Oh, so one of them we do. Okay. So that's where it gets frustrating, is when we've got like a specific bone that is necessary. That's fine, we can probably delete all that. And already that's like so much cleaner than it was before. Like you can see how much easier this is already going to be to navigate, which is quite nice. So, okay. Let's just make sure my sound's actually working. So one of them we do. Perfect. Okay, so we've got our guy on the wall here. I think the next step is going to be to somehow get his leg up. No, we want it down maybe, and then rotate his hip a little bit more into the wall. So I can grab somewhere his hip bone will be in here, like so. There's this one maybe? Not quite. See, if I rotate that, it's just going to rotate his whole body. It's more of a root bone. But I guess that's okay. And then we can just sort of angle his foot out a little bit. We can fix that up in a bit. Beautiful. I'll have to adjust his foot, obviously. But then if I grab this one and then rotate his leg a little bit more normal, I just want to see how close I can get him actually to the wall without clipping through it. So maybe like so. And then, see, this is where the issue comes. Because his ankle is going to be quite fucked. So maybe even if I just go like that, where it's sort of just stuck on the wall like so, that could work a little bit better. Because obviously it is sticky all over. That's a weird clip to say. I wonder if I can just grab him like that. Maybe even like angle him slightly like so. And what I might do is I might actually have a bit of a ledge there so it looks a bit more realistic. So you can see already we've got the general gist of things going. I might want to now rotate his upper skeleton here. Let's see. So if I like rotate, yeah, perfect, exactly this. And rotate him down a bit. Then we can grab his arms. Dear oh dear. Bend that. And perfect. Grab his head. Have him sort of look down a bit. And already we've got a decent little shape here. Wonder if I can move his neck any more. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So I want to sort of have his neck even further down there. And you can already see it's sort of taking shape. His butt's obviously a little bit screwed up there, so if I can fix that somehow, I'm not sure. Anyway, we've got a decent shape sort of coming up here so far. But you can already see like how quickly this can come together without needing AI. And obviously this isn't a perfect rig. Like the model itself is lovely, but the rig's not perfect. And you know, we can do quite a bit with it, which is nice. I guess the next step would be, let's see what I can do with his arm. it's sort of back and up almost. How would I manage that? See, as you can tell, I'm not quite an animator. So this is all going to be very janky and fucked. But maybe if I rotate that inwards, grab his wrist and sort of twist it so it's up against the wall. I don't want his hand to snap, as you can see there, that the wrist is really not cooperating a bunch. So maybe if we twist his shoulder back a bit. Yeah, nice. Okay. Okay. That kind of works. So you can see here, if I go into my pose mode, oh dear. God, okay, I take back everything that I said. It's looking a little bit janky. Wonder if I can adjust his shoulder. Okay, that's all right. So his hand obviously is clipping through the wall at the moment, but you can sort of see the general gist of it already. And if I can then grab his, you know, what's that there? His upper body, like this vertebrae. I just want to see if I can sort of move that down a bit. You can sort of see what's going on. Nice, nice. Okay, and if we just drop his knee, that works all right. All right, so you can already see like we've got a decent shape. We've got a decent little shot shaping up here. We're in a 50mm, which is nice. I think we'd want to come quite a bit closer in like that. Maybe shoot down on him so we can see the city below. And then that's a sort of general shot that we'd be going for. I always want to have him like looking more at what he's actually playing around with. Like that. Perfect. Well, not quite, but you know, good enough for us for now. Just sorry, a little bit of focus there. That's fine. Alrighty, so we can see our character's sort of already shaped up decently there. I'll hit a quick little save, because I'm not sure how far in we'll be going. We'll call this Spider-Man AI Slop Redo. Remake, and we'll do the same here. And like you can already see, it's looking okay. Now, I guess for the background here, what we could do is honestly just have like an image of New York City. So like say we go New York City from above. I wonder if I can grab any of these and sort of have that in the background as a plane. New York City buildings, kind of like, I wonder. See, I guess the best option would be just to basically model a bunch of those things, but that would obviously take quite a bit of time. So if I can go like 3/4 view, like this, like that kind of a shot would be okay, but I prefer one with more buildings in it, so potentially like this kind of a shot, maybe? Yeah? Okay, let's see if I can grab that and see what it looks like. I'm not sure how this will look, but if I grab, oh, I don't want to put it in there yet. I want to go drag this in, and then go import images as planes, which I need to turn the add-on for that one on. Add-ons, images as, oh jeez. Images as planes, Blender. Why is that not a part of the original add-ons anymore? Add-on. Images as planes. Where the fuck is the add-on gone? 4.2. What, do I have to go Shift A, image? No, yeah, image. Goodness, mesh plane. Okay, and then go downloads and grab my New York City aerial view. Then hopefully, if I put that in the background there and sort of bump it out quite a bit, see, I want it to fill a lot of the frame, but I also don't want it to be too close. So if I can go maybe like that, and then if I focus in on my main character, so we push that back a bit so that it's actually going to be, you know, doffed out, like that. Then if I go to here, obviously get rid of my background so I can't see anything, and then depth of field him. I wonder if I can see. I mean, that could potentially work. Let's go into cycles just so we can sort of see the vibe. And I want to go depth of field for my Spidey guy. That kind of works. Like, not really, obviously, but if I just give this an initial like glossy texture just to show the idea of a building. And then obviously we need to extend the bottom of it so it's like a real building. You can kind of see the general vibe of what's going on. I don't love it. Look, I'm sure there could be like a better image that we could use. And potentially if I actually shoot further up like that, it could work better. But you get the sort of vibe what we're going for here. And we'd have him sort of wipe in the window. Okay. Like, look, not great, obviously. But for now, we'll do the job. Let's just bring in a little basic sky texture. No, like this. Like, I get it. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Let's just have a quick little look at our stream here. Doing okay. Perfect. Goodness, it's getting dark. Let's see. So, I guess it's obviously quite sharp in this image. I wonder if I can. Okay, so I saw a little trick that was if I go color management, drop the contrast, so you can really pull out the shadow. Sorry, drop the exposure so you can pull out the shadows quite a bit, and then increase the contrast. It potentially will give like a more vibey shot. I don't love it, obviously, right now. Maybe if I make the sky a little bright. See, like, that looks like nighttime. That looks okay. But I'm not obsessed with how it's looking, to be honest. Let's go denoise and turn on some optics denoising as well in our viewport, just so we can get a bit better of a shot here. And then potentially grab a sunlight. Would I want a sunlight in here to light up the back of our character? Let's give it quite a bright sun. I don't love the shadowing that's going on with him. Like, it looks, you can tell it's not actually real, unfortunately. Maybe that is just the building itself. I wonder if I'd bring in like skyscraper sort of model building, because we could obviously model this very easily. But I wonder if they've got any like skyscrapers, like for the background even potentially. Let's go here and call it, so go to our scenes and get, I want like a city. Okay, so one of these could potentially work. Let's see if I can move my little PureF file. Oh, hold on. Come on, let me access my PureF file. Perfect. Low poly, no. I want to go free first and see what sort of cities we can grab. Oh, there was a decent wonky one there for a second. That could be okay. Cyberpunk vibe. Pirate ship would be sick. That looks cool. These are all paid. Okay, damn. Tokyo, I don't really want to grab because it's not quite New York-esque. What about buildings? Oh, this could be it. That could be our shot. I'll see if there's anything better. That's a cool. I want to save that for later. Stop as copy. That's okay. I think secure room's cool. Forest house is cool. Save a bunch of these for later as well. Damn, there's some really cool environments in here. But I genuinely think that we could use this shot, this one here, as our city. I also like that. Damn, it's like the up house. No, not that one. I want to grab, like, that could be alright, but I think I want to grab this one here, because then we can potentially also use that building there too. I want to go not switch to scene, append it, and see how that looks. Potentially need a drink as well. Might grab a little beveragino from the fridge real quick. Is that gonna load into my scene? Okay, we'll switch to the scene, sure. Okay. Oh, so this was taken off you can see it's an F-spot, it's actually taken off a real scene. Where is the background? So it's actually not as ideal as I originally thought it was. Let's save that, bring it in. Bless you. Double bless you. Okay. Oh dear. Has it just deleted my Fuck. Recover, autosave. I want to go back into this one here. No shit. I've accidentally somehow saved over my shot. Autosave, Spider-Man Slop AI remake. Whatever, that's fine. And if I go here, okay, it's not perfect, but it'll do. I don't want the banner. Oh, it's shit. Okay, no, fuck, that's unfortunate. I don't love what's happened. Why am I going back to there? This is yesterday's shots. Autosave, copy buffer. Fuck, okay. I've fucked up a smidge. That's okay. Revert. Oh dear. Recover, autosave. This one, whatever. We'll stick here for now. So, what I want to do is go back into my cycles renderer, turn on my little denoisers, because I think that's as far as we got. Cool. Do we have the camera not even doffed out of focus? Let's see. It's not at all. Okay, that's fine. Let's create our little building here. So I think the general gist of what we want to go for is, let's go into here and let's solo it. So if I've got a building here, I'll grab a couple of these guys, you know, make some general shapes. It's essentially just like creating subdivisions, and then these subdivisions sort of act as the ledges, and then you know you can sort of, it's like, as you can see here, there's a whole bunch of them. Nice, cool. And lucky last, like that looks okay. And then what we essentially just do is we grab the vertical ones and we'll pull them out first. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 4, 5, 6. We pull them out a smidge, and this one's 7. And then we grab these ones here, and we do the same thing, but slightly less. Potentially shrink them a little bit so we get a nice little barrier. And then let's go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to finish this off, and then we're going to say bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the same here. Potentially give it a bit more of a barrier, and give it a bit of a bevel. And then if I go from here, we've got our Spider-Man character. And you see now he's actually got something to hold on to. And then, all we're going to do is, if we go into this viewpoint here, I want to grab everything. Let's grab our PureRef file. I'll give it say a basic diffuse texture, that's fine. And then if I just grab each of these little faces and turn them into windows or glossy textures, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Assign that, give it a glossy texture. Glass could work too, but we don't actually want glass because that's going to be see-through. I would prefer glossy because it literally just shows the outside of him then. Perfect-ish. And then we go put in a little HDRI of a city. Free first. Did I say real HDRIs only? I don't care about real HDRIs only. We're a city highline skies because that's exactly what we're after. And then we should see, cool, I'll get rid of the background so I don't see that anymore. And I'm just going to go like this. This also potentially means we can get rid of that plane, because let's make it a darker color, just actually sell the illusion of glossiness. Cool. Give this a more metallic finish. And you can sort of see the general shape of our scene setting up here kind of nicely. We'll have him standing on this. As you can see there, it sort of shapes up okay, and obviously then we just introduce some, you know, imperfections on the window there. Smudge him in a little, smush him in a little bit like that, so we can kind of hide some of his interactions. Maybe introduce a little sun lamp. With the shade. Perfect. And then what I'll do is go back to my little freestyling, drop my exposure, make it punchy or high contrast. We could potentially even like jump that up massively. I don't love that actually. Actually, it's not terrible. He's really dark, but I'm liking the vibe of like blowing out the background on him. And if I just go 2.4, 0.2, 2.8, 2, 1.4, 1.4, increase some of these. Obviously, we'd increase some of the imperfections on there, make that nice and metallic. You can already kind of see the vibe that we're going for here. I'll give that a quick little render with, oh my god, that's actually not too bad at all. Put it on the GPU, go 10, 24, lovely. And we'll show you in what, that was not even 20 minutes, and we've been fucking around for most of it. Obviously, this looks more photoreal, but you can very quickly recreate a similar image. You know, the model's not perfect, but you can create a pretty similar-ish image in CG, do whatever you want with it. This is not finished, obviously, but, like, this looks better, granted. But give it a bit more time, give it more actual care and effort, and you can very easily make this look better. Like, look, the fucking spider, and like, there's so much shitness going on in here that with a good high-quality model, it's night and day what you can do. And this is literally, if you look at the outside of it, we've got a plane, a character, and a HDRI, and that's it. No need for bullshit AI slop. Anyway, that was just my quick little jump in there. Guys, why not attach the image sorry, I don't know why my chat's not popping up. Why not attach the image in camera to match it exactly? Yeah, probably better as well. I don't know why I didn't say that earlier. For some reason, my chat didn't pop up on here. But even here, like, you can see like a HDRI can work just as well. I guess the issue with lining up an image in the camera would be good. However, unless it's like exactly the framing that I'm after, it could be a little bit janky. Whereas if I keep it as a plane itself, you can sort of play around with the perspective a little bit easier. But I get what you're saying. Like if I know what sort of framing I'm after and what angle I'm after, I can do that too, which would be great. Anyway, I am gonna have to jump off though because I'm heading out now. So fun little quick stream. Obviously, we're not really organized yet, but we're gonna slowly get into it. I'm trying to jump on as much as possible to get more used to this and more used to chatting again. Thanks for jumping along. And